Welcome back to The Native Child, Stories of Zimbabwe. Today we enter the world of one of Zimbabwe's oldest, most respected, and most intellectually powerful totems. A totem that carries wisdom, a totem that carries humor, a totem that carries sharpness of mind, a totem that reminds us that strength is not always in the size of the body, but sometimes it is in the quickness of the mind. Today we speak of Soko, also known as Shoko, known among the Ndebele as Ncube, and connected in Malawi to the Phiri clan. This is the monkey totem. But when we say monkey, we must be careful not to reduce this totem to just an animal. Because in our culture, a totem is not just a creature. A totem is a history book. A totem is an identity card. A totem is a warning. A totem is a bridge between the living and the ancestors. And the Soko totem is one of those names that reaches deep into the foundation of Zimbabwean history. It is associated with Mbiri people. It is linked to ancient migrations. It is linked to the rise of kingdoms. It is connected to the great stories of Mutupo, Roshi, and even the secret memory of great Zimbabwe. So today we are not just talking about monkeys. We are talking about wisdom. We are talking about ancestry. We are talking about the clever ones, the agile ones, the people of wit, the people of memory, the people of the trees, Makwiramiti, those who climb, those who rise, those who see from above. There's something powerful about the Soko totem. When you hear the name Soko or Shoko or Ncube, you are hearing a name that has traveled across generations. You are hearing a name that has crossed rivers, a name that has moved through kingdoms, a name that has been spoken in family gatherings, at ceremonies, at weddings, at funerals, and in praise poetry. And yet today, many young people know only the surface. They know I am Soko, they know I am Ncube, they know my totem is monkey. But if you ask, what does that mean? The room becomes quiet. And this is why we must speak. Because if we do not speak, the silence becomes the inheritance. If we do not tell the stories, forgetting becomes normal. If we do not explain the meanings, our children will carry names without roots. A name without roots can easily be blown away. So today, let us return to the roots. Let us return to the secret memory of Soko, Shoko, Ncube. In Shona traditions, this totem is widely known as Soko or Shoko. Among the Ndebele, the same totem is commonly identified as Ncube. In Malawi, there is also a connection to the Phiri clan. This alone tells us something very important. Totems are not always locked inside one tribe, one language, or one region. They move, they adapt, they take new names, they survive through migration, they survive through marriage, they survive through conquest, they survive through memory. So a person may say, I am Soko. Another may say, I am Shoko. Another may say, I am Ncube. Another may say, I am Phiri. But beneath these different names, there may be a shared ancestral idea, a shared symbol, a shared identity, a shared memory. And this is one of the great lessons of Mutupo. It reminds us that Zimbabwean identity is not as divided as we sometimes think. Our surnames may differ, our languages may differ, our regions may differ, but our roots often meet somewhere deep underground. The Soko Totem is vast. It is not a small house. It is a large ancestral village with many branches. Among its sub-totems, praise names, and related identities, we hear names such as Mukanya, Urewa, Vudzijena, also known as Wachemuka, Mutadza, Gumere, Mujga Vevana, Kumene, Neumba, Ncube, Chuma, Moyondijo, Wafawanaka, Usinechake. These names are not just decorative. They're not just extra words to make praise poetry sound beautiful. Each name carries memory. Each name carries a story. Each name points to a branch, a place, a character, or a historic identity. For example, Soko Murewa is one of the most prominent branches. The name carries great respect, especially when addressing elders. Then there is Soko Mukanya. Mukanya is often connected to the image of galloping steps, the quick movement of a baboon, the rhythm of movement, the energy of one who is always alert. It is often used as a powerful honorific, especially for men. Then we have Soko Nehumba, another branch with deep roots among indigenous communities, including Shona and Tonga connections. And then there is Vudzijena. That name is beautiful. Vudzijena means white hair, but this is not just about age. It is about wisdom. It is about ancestral purity. It is about the dignity of the elder. When we say Vudzijena, we are not insulting the gray hair. We are honoring it. Because in our culture, white hair is not shame. White hair is evidence. Evidence that someone has seen seasons. Evidence that someone is buried and blessed. Evidence that someone has watched children become adults. Evidence that someone has carried memory longer than the young have carried breath. And then we have Ncube. For many people in Matebeleland, Ncube is one of the main names by which this totem is known. So when we speak of Soko, we must not forget Ncube. When we speak of Shoko, we must not forget Ncube. Because these are not separate conversations. They are branches of a larger tree. Now let us come to the animal itself, the monkey. In many cultures, people underestimate the monkey. They laugh at it. They see it as playful. They see it as mischievous. They see it jumping from branch to branch and think, this animal is not serious. But our ancestors watched nature carefully. They did not choose totems randomly. They observed, they studied, they interpreted. And when they looked at the monkey, they saw something powerful. They saw intelligence. They saw agility. They saw humor. They saw survival. They saw creativity. They saw a creature that would live by its mind. A monkey may not be the biggest animal in the forest. It may not have the strength of the elephant. It may not have the roar of the lion. It may not have the horns of the buffalo. But it has something else. It has quick thinking. It has movement. It has awareness. It has strategy. It knows when to approach. It knows when to escape. It knows how to use the tree, the ground, the branch, the fruit the group, and the movement. And that is the spirit of Soko. The Soko person is often praised as clever, sharp-minded, creative, funny, adventurous, able to survive in difficult situations, able to find a solution where others see a wall, able to laugh even when life is heavy, able to move when the world becomes too rigid. This is why one of the symbolic praise ideas connected to Soko is Makwira Miti, those who climb trees. But again, we must not only hear this literally. To climb trees is to rise above the ground. To climb trees is to see what others cannot see. To climb trees is to move between worlds, earth and sky, danger and safety, problem and solution. So when we say Makwira Miti, we are speaking about more than climbing. We are speaking about perspective, about the ability to rise above confusion, the ability to see far, the ability to survive by wisdom. The Soko clan is often described as one of intellectual power. Traditionally, people of this totem are praised as among the cleverest and wisest. This does not mean every individual born under Soko automatically becomes wise. No, a totem is not magic. A totem is responsibility. It gives you a standard to live up to. So when your people are praised for wisdom, it means you must not be careless with your mind. When your people are praised for cleverness, it means you must use your intelligence properly. When your people are known for problem solving, it means you must not use your cleverness to deceive and destroy or manipulate. This is very important because intelligence without character becomes danger. Cleverness without humility becomes arrogance. Humor without respect becomes insult. Agility without direction becomes restlessness. So the Soko identity is not just saying I am clever. It is asking, what do I do with my cleverness? Do I build? Do I teach? Do I protect? Do I preserve? Do I guide? Do I solve? That is the real honor of Soko, not just to be sharp, but to be useful. Now, when we go into origins, we must speak with respect, because with oral tradition, stories may vary from family to family, from region to region, from elder to elder. But one powerful tradition identifies Mambiri as one of the earliest known ancestors connected to the Shona people who chose the Soko totem. And why was the totem chosen? One of the great reasons was to prevent incest and establish social identity. This is one of the most important functions of Mutupo. Totems helped people know who they are. They helped people know who they could marry. They helped people know who they must treat as relatives. They created boundaries. They created belonging. They created order. In a world before identity documents, before birth certificates, before digital records, the totem was a social map. It told people, this is your people. This is your blood. This is your branch. This is your taboo. This is your praise. This is where you belong. So when Mambiri is remembered in connection with choosing Soko, we are being reminded that Mutupo was not just poetry, it was governance. It was family law. It was social protection. It was cultural technology. Our ancestors built systems, and Mutupo was one of those systems. The Soko clans are also strongly associated with the Mbiri people. The Mbiri are remembered as one of the important ancestral groups in Zimbabwean history. According to oral traditions, they migrated from the Great Lakes region and settled in Zimbabwe around 1000 to 1050 AD. Now, just pause there. That is not yesterday. That is not a few generations ago. That is nearly 1,000 years of memory. When we say Soko is old, we are not exaggerating. We're speaking of a lineage whose story stretches back to the deep past, to the Mbiri people. The Mbiri people are connected to the foundations of ancient Zimbabwean civilization. They are linked in tradition to the building of powerful societies. They are associated with the rise of Mutupo Empire. They are also connected in broader historical memory to the Roji and the secret world around Great Zimbabwe. This is why Soko cannot be treated as a small totem. This is why Soko cannot be treated as just a family nickname. This is why Ncube cannot be treated as just a surname. There is history here. There is statecraft here. There is migration here. There is spirituality here. There is nation building here. The Soko story is part of the story of Zimbabwe itself. When we mention Great Zimbabwe, we are not just mentioning stones, we're mentioning memory. We're mentioning civilization, a civilization that built without cement and still left walls that speak. We are mentioning a people who understood architecture, trade, leadership, spirituality, cattle wealth, and social order. And within the oral traditions surrounding ancient Zimbabwean society, the Mbiri Soko people hold an important place. They are remembered among those linked to the rise of that world. Now, not every historical detail can be reduced to one clan or one totem. History is always bigger than one name. But the fact that Soko is repeatedly connected to these ancient foundations tells us something. It tells us that this identity is associated with leadership, sacred responsibility, and intellectual influence. The Soko people were not only people of wheat, they were people of structure, people of memory, people of spiritual duty, people who understood that a nation is not built only by warriors. A nation is also built by thinkers, by advisors, by spiritual leaders, by elders, by those who know when to speak and when to remain silent, by those who can interpret both the land and the people. Another important part of the Soko story is the spiritual role of leaders and elders. Historically, Soko elders are remembered as people who presided over holy shrines, praying to Mari, God, for rains and good harvests. This is powerful because rain was life. Rain was not just weather. Rain was survival. Rain meant crops. Rain meant cattle. Rain meant food. Rain meant children would eat. Rain meant the land was still in relationship with people. So the person who stood at the shrine was not doing a small job. They were carrying the anxiety of the whole community. They were standing between drought and hope, between hunger and harvest, between fear and faith. This is why elders mattered. This is why ritual knowledge mattered. This is why totems mattered. This is why Mutupo mattered, because these were not empty customs. They were part of how people understood their relationship with the land, with the ancestors, and with Mari. In the Soko memory, we see the elder as a spiritual guardian, not just someone who is old, but someone trusted, someone grounded, someone whose wisdom has been tested, someone who could speak on behalf of the people. That is why Vudzijena becomes important. White hair, wisdom, purity, ancestral dignity. Every totem has a boundary. For Soko, the taboo is clear. The person of the Soko, Shoko, or Ncube totem is traditionally forbidden from harming or eating monkey meat. This is not just a food rule. It is a lesson in restraint. It teaches that everything available to you is not meant for you. It teaches that identity must control appetite. It teaches that culture can place limits where hunger might remove them. The monkey is not just meat to the Soko person. It is a symbol. It is a mirror. It is a reminder. To harm it carelessly would be to disrespect the ancestral sign. To eat it would be to cross a sacred boundary. And this is something our modern world struggles to understand. Today, many people think freedom means doing anything you want. But our ancestors understood that true identity requires discipline. There are things you do not touch. There are things you do not say. There are lines you do not cross. Not because you are weak, but because you belong to something bigger than yourself. This is what Taboo teaches. It says, you're not just an individual. You are a continuation. You carry people behind you. You carry people ahead of you. So behave like someone who is connected. One of the most important social functions of Mutupo is marriage regulation. Among Soko people, those who share the Soko, Shoko, or Ncube totem are traditionally considered family. This means marriage between branches such as Soko Murewa and Soko Mkanya is often traditionally forbidden. Even though the praise names differ, the root totem connects them. This is very important because some people today may say, but we are not from the same village, or our surnames are different. I am Ncube and she is Shoko. I am Mkanya and he is Murewa. But in traditional understanding, the question is not only surname. The question is root. The question is Mutupo. If the totem says you are one people, then you are family. This is why young people must know these things, not as superstition, not as old people's stories, but as a system of identity. Because when knowledge disappears, people may cross lines without even knowing they are crossing them. And once the elders are gone, who will explain? This is why we must record these things. This is why we must speak. This is why the native child must keep telling the stories. The Soko, Shoko, and Ncube people are widely spread across Zimbabwe and beyond. They are found in areas such as Wedza, Murewa, parts of Mashonaland, and across Matebeleland through the Ncube identity. The branches stretch widely. They also appear in cultural conversations connected to Malawi through Piri. This wide presence tells us something very important. The Soko totem is a unifying totem. It crosses regional lines. It crosses language lines. It reminds us that Zimbabwean identity is layered. A person can be Shona speaking, and Soko. Another can be Ndebele speaking and Ncube. Another can be connected through Malawian Piri line, but they may still be a shared ancestral thread. This is why totems can help us fight tribal division, because when we study them honestly, we begin to see that many of us are related in ways we do not always understand. The borders between us are often newer than the blind lines that connect us. Now, let us speak about character. Traditionally, Soko people are often associated with a playful spirit. They are described as humorous, energetic, adventurous, quick to speak, quick to think, quick to move. Sometimes people may say, Soko people are like jokes. But behind the humor is intelligence. Humor itself is a form of intelligence. To make people laugh, you must observe. You must understand timing. You must understand people. You must understand pain and how to soften it. In many African societies, the humorous person is not just entertainment. They are also truth tellers. They can say what others fear to say. They can correct through laughter. They can expose pride through jokes. They can reduce tension in a room. They can turn conflict into conversation. That is part of the Soko gift. But again, every gift has a shadow. A sharp tongue can heal, but it can also wound. A clever mind can build, but it can also trick. A powerful spirit can bring joy, but it can also avoid responsibility. So the Soko person must learn balance. Be clever, but be kind. Be funny, but be respectful. Be quick, but be thoughtful. Be adventurous, but stay rooted. Because the highest form of wisdom is not just knowing what to say. It is knowing whether it should be said at all. Now imagine a gathering, an elder being honored, a child has done well, a family is celebrating, and someone begins to praise. Soko, Shoko, Ncube, Kanya, Mrewa, Vudzijena, Wachenuka, Akwira miti, Vanokwira miti, Vanoona kure, those who climb trees and see far, Vakangwara, the wise ones, Vanenjiri, those with intelligence, Vanoziva nzira dzemsango, those who know the paths of the forest, Vasingabatwi nyore, those who are not easily trapped. Vana vembire, children of Mbire, vana vamambiri, children of ancient memory. This is what praise poetry does. It works the blood. It reminds the person that they are not ordinary. It says, stand up properly. You're not alone. You come from somewhere. Your name has weight. Your ancestors are listening. Some may ask, why does this matter now? We live in a modern world. We have phones, we have passports, we have social media, we have artificial intelligence, we have DNA tests. Why should a young person care about Soko, Shoko, or Ncube? The answer is simple. Because technology can tell you where you are, but culture tells you who you are. A phone can give you directions, but it cannot give you belonging. A passport can show your nationality, but it cannot explain your ancestry. A surname can identify you in a database, but a totem places you inside a story. And human beings need story. Without story, we become consumers only. We chase trends. We copy other people. We forget our own names. We become embarrassed by the things that should make us proud. That is why Soko matters, because Soko reminds us that African identity has always had intelligence. Long before modern schools, we had systems of classification. Long before written IDs, we had social records. Long before psychology books, we had character symbolism. Long before environmental science became popular, we had taboos that protected animals. Long before modern genealogy websites, we had Mutupo. Our ancestors were not empty people. They were thinkers. They were organizers. They were philosophers. They were spiritual scientists of their own world. And when we study these totems, we are not going backwards. We are recovering the tools that helped us survive. To the child of Soko, Shoko, or Ncube, this is your reminder. You come from a line associated with wisdom. So use your mind. You come from a line associated with agility. So do not be stuck when life changes. You come from a line associated with humor. So bring light where there is heaviness. You come from a line associated with sacred responsibility. So do not treat your identity casually. You are Mukanya. You are Mureo. You are Vuzijena. You are Nehumba. You are Ncube. You are Makwiramiti. You are the ones who climbs, the one who rises, the one who sees from above. But remember this, the tree is not climbed so that you can laugh at those below. The tree is climbed so that you can see danger coming, so that you can find fruit, so that you can guide others, so that you can return with knowledge. That is the responsibility of intelligence, not pride. Service. The Soko Totem teaches us that wisdom can be playful. It teaches us that intelligence can wear a smile. It teaches us that survival is not always about fighting. Sometimes survival is about adapting. Sometimes survival is about timing. Sometimes survival is about knowing when to move. Sometimes survival is about knowing which branch can hold your weight. And maybe that is why this totem has lasted so long. Because the world always changes. Empires rise and fall. Kingdoms come and go. Languages shift. Borders are drawn and redrawn. But the clever survive. The adaptable survive. The ones who remember survive. The ones who climb survive. Soko survives. Shoko survives. Ncube survives. Because the spirit of this totem is movement with memory. As we close today's episode, I want us to think deeply about something. When our elders gave us these totems, they were not just giving us labels. They were giving us a way to remember. They were giving us a way to avoid forbidden relationships. They were giving us a way to respect animals. They were giving us a way to honor ancestors. They were giving us a way to recognize each other. They were giving us a way to say, you are not lost. You belong somewhere. And for me, this is why these stories matter. Because one day, the young people will ask, they will ask, what is Soko? They will ask, what is Shoko? They will ask, why is Ncube connected to monkey? They will ask, why could our grandparents not eat certain animals? They will ask, why could certain people not marry? They will ask, where do we come from? And if we do not prepare ourselves now, what will we say? Will we say, I don't know? Will we say, ask someone else? Will we say, those things are old? No. We must wake up now. We must become the bridge. We must become the elders in training. Because whether we like it or not, our generation is becoming the elder generation. The question is not whether young people will ask. The question is, when will they ask? And they will ask. The question is whether we will have an answer. So to the people of Soko, Shoko, Ncube, Piri, and all connected branches, carry your name with pride. Carry your wit with humility. Carry your humor with wisdom. Carry your taboo with respect. Carry your history with dignity. You are not just a monkey. You are memory. You are intelligence. You are agility. You are mbiri. You are ancient. You are Zimbabwean. Thank you for joining me on The Native Child, Stories of Zimbabwe. If this episode helped you understand the Soko, Shoko, or Ncube Totem more deeply, share it with someone from this lineage. Ask your elders, ask your grandparents, ask your parents, ask about your Shidao. Ask about praise names. Ask about the stories that were almost forgotten. Because every time we ask, we rescue something. And every time we speak, we keep the fire burning. Until next time, I am the Native Child, and these are the stories of Zimbabwe.